We are expecting a blog post for the second half of 2021 in Marvel Strike Force tomorrow, but we have Datamines of some things that we can expect in tomorrow's blog post, some potentially controversial things that we will be discussing in this video. Also, don't miss your opportunity to potentially get thousands of power cores for free. We're talking about that, some new developments in the Envoy server, plus the rest of your questions from the Discord server for the Monday mailbag, guys. And if you're ready for all that, find the like button and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hey, what is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you're ready for an awesome week and an awesome Monday and some Datamines about what the big news, the big thing that we're expecting tomorrow, the 2021 second half roadmap. We're going to discuss that. Don't miss your opportunity for potentially thousands of power cores. We're talking about some new things in the Envoy server and the rest of your questions. Now, if this is your first time here, before we get to all that, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you know as soon as a new video goes up. And yes, more great Marvel Strike Force and sometimes future Revolution content coming on this channel. But without further ado, let's go take a look at the Datamines that was shared by you guys, the Valley Club this morning on the stream. Now, you guys said this came from a Russian Discord server, so some of the things look like they're lost in translation, and I'm not familiar with this server, so I'm not familiar with the validity of it. But yes, this looks pretty valid. It looks like these are things that are could be happening tomorrow, could be revealed tomorrow in the blog post. And like I said, some of these things I think are lost a little bit in translation, but let's see what we can sort of surmise by what we see here. Introduce sorting of characters by level in the collection. All right, so I think if that is introduced, that will be good. Some small quality of life change that I guess will be good. More gold. I think we had notice of that in a few blog posts a while ago. That there would be like 8 million gold introduced in the economy per month. We had notice of 4 million or so of that. We're still waiting on 4 million. So this is seeming pretty likely. More gold, more ways to sort our characters. Promises simplify extraction of orange unique items for T15. So I'm not sure what that means, the promise to simplify, but I guess making it easier to see which ones we need. I'm not sure what this means. I guess this is kind of the interpretation of what they saw in the data mine. So some of these things may be interpreted correctly. Some of these things may be direct copy and paste, and some of these things may be interpreted incorrectly, but I'm not sure exactly what this means. Let me know what your thoughts on that means. All right, the real-time arena will be improved. I guess it's going to be improved and not necessarily taken out, but if it's improved and it becomes a fun game mode, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Not only characters will be banned, but also features. You'll need to wait for connection, not 160, but 75 seconds. So I guess before the auto goes on, instead of having to wait 160, waiting 75 seconds, that's a small thing. But features, I'm not sure what this is. This could be great. It could be not good. But yeah, so far the improvements, or the I guess not necessarily improvement, the changes that they brought to real-time arena have been pretty disappointing. So yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be a little better, but I'm a little disappointed. With no information here, I'm a little disappointed with what I'm seeing for real-time arena. But hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised when the blog post and all the actual information comes out tomorrow. Save squads by content type are almost, so I'm not sure what this means, but we did get some teasers of save squad tabs that we will talk about. So potentially this means maybe save squad tabs that we're getting by content type. Maybe, I guess that does make sense. So by war, what characters or what save squads you'll need for war, what save squads you'll need for blitz, for raids, different things like that. So maybe that's what this type means. Auto boy, I'm guessing this means auto bot using only basic attack. So the auto basic button that we were all wanting, I was wanting, this makes it very easy for people doing the raids because you're just using your autoing just your basic skills, not taking that special or ultimate into the equation. So helping to reset the cooldowns before you go into that next node, something I really wanted. I think a lot of the community wanted this since day one. Looks like we're finally getting mention of this, but turned on inconveniently through advanced settings. Now, I think a lot of the community is taking this to mean, and this could be the case, they may be interpreting this exactly 100%, is that when you turn it on, you have to go to the advanced settings, and if you want to go back to the normal auto, you have to change that from auto in the advanced settings. I'm not sure that this is how it's going to work, because in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and again, I may be interpreting this inaccurate. This may be exactly the fears that the community has may be very well, I guess maybe what is the word I'm looking for? It may be, what is the word? It may be right. It may be correct. I guess that's not the word I'm looking for, but I guess that's accurate enough. So yeah, but what Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has is 2 buttons. One's for normal auto and one for just using the basic button. I'm hoping that's what, when we go into the advanced settings, that's what this will turn on. But of course, we don't know. This hasn't been implemented yet. So it could be as bad as the community is expecting. It could be just like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where you have 2 separate buttons in the actual in-game screen. But to get that second button, we have to go to advanced settings. We will see. This could be cool. It could be not cool. This could be so, if this is implemented the way the community is expecting, that you have to use either one or the other and you toggle between that in the advanced settings, that's so brain dead, unless it's their fragile framework. But I'm hoping that this will be normal. All right, Death Pool will be farmed in the event campaign. So Death Pool, that's the rumored original character, the second original character, in addition to Kestrel, that we may be getting. But yeah, I guess the more rumors being correct, is a campaign release character, and for some reason she has a new Warriors tag. Interesting. Not sure what this team is gonna be or what all that stuff is, but we'll see. We'll see. It looks like Deathpool is at least if these Datamines are correct, Deathpool is the new character coming in the next update. Level 85. I don't think that's too big of a surprise. I think most people were expecting level 85, gear tier 16, and the next Dark Dimension. And we have word of that in this Datamine. We'll see tomorrow if all this stuff is accurate, though. The 16th category of things to be introduced. So I think what this means is gear tier 16. It will be turquoise. I was expecting red, but I guess we'll see. Turquoise looks to be the next color, and I guess that kind of aligns with ISO 8 blue, if that is correct. It will be possible to get mainly in the Doom 2 raid, which well, it doesn't seem that bad, but when you take into account what they're talking about in Dark Dimension 5, could be not that great. It mainly possible you access it, you need to have blue ISO 8. So yeah, ISO 8 looks to be the requirements. And if the requirements for Doom 1.1, not just Doom 1.2, are any indication, to get into Doom 1.1, you have to 100% the previous Doom. So not just that, I think the bigger hindrance for alliances will be that potential 100% of Doom 1.1. Not confirmed yet, so we will have to see of this. But yeah, that's how you get the blue, the gear tier 16 pieces. Dark Dimension 5 is right around the corner. Not a big surprise, but needing this 16 piece with only accessing it at Doom 1.2 seems a little short-sighted. Certain features of the characters, the reward is Dormammu, so it could be cool if this is accurate. And I think this is the most disappointing thing for me, especially if this is true. In 2022, a new game mode will be introduced, tentatively titled Grand Tournament. So I know some of you guys coming over from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes may be familiar with more of the Grand Arena. I'm not sure if this is what this will be. I'm glad they're introducing a new game mode, but man, if this is not coming till 2022, that means in all of 2020, we haven't gotten a new game mode except for Real-Time Arena and the real-time match, the real-time battle that we have, the real-time I'm at a loss for words today, but Real-Time Arena and the balanced PvP mode, the real-time PvP mode that we got. That is the word I'm looking for, but that's all we got in 2020. We haven't gotten any new game modes. We've gotten updates to raids and Dark Dimension in 2021, but that means that for all of 2019 and all of 2020 and most of 2021, they've had nothing new planned. This is very disappointing. I mean, the timing for a new game mode to be introduced into 2022 seems like the midpoint or early toward part of the midpoint in 2021 for this to be developed. It's just, this seems so late. But yeah, hopefully this is true about the new game mode. Hopefully the timing of this is inaccurate. And additional data mines, we've got what we normally see when things are introduced into the game as far as in-game mail. this may be popping up tomorrow, and this looks like a lot of what we've seen as far as the Datamines, as far as the format and things like that. So what we've seen as far as the blog post may be entirely 100% true. There may be something that's lost in the translation though. So I am not happy or sad yet until I see what is actually released. But those are the Datamines, guys. You could draw some conclusions from that, but I'm waiting till tomorrow before I get overly excited or overly happy or overly disappointed. But I'll wait. All right, Doom 2 and Dark Dimension 5. Auto basic combat, that is good. Preview of upcoming costumes. Nothing mentioned about this in the Datamine that we've saw, but of course, what it seems from the Datamine, it seems like just some interpretation of what we have. And new game mode. 2022, very, very disappointing. Let's go to some blog posts though, or some Reddit posts from Cerebro. And this was in response to new post scheduled for Tuesday. We did talk about this. This is where where Cerebro's announcing the date. And in that, someone says, if it doesn't include Save Squads, don't bother, then we will continue to bother. So I think this confirms Save Squad tabs. And then now the rumor, the auto basic button, which was rumored in the Datamine, which was kind of rumored in a tweet that we saw a while back. And I guess it's confirmed. I guess that tweet was confirming the auto basic button back in the day. You guys could check out the post about the auto basic button on Reddit, but the more important thing is the response from Cerebro. Actually, we did confirm it, and he's referring to that auto basic button, which is, once again, when you hit that button, it just does the auto of all of your characters, helping to get that reset cooldown. We did confirm it. The MSF Twitter account, in a response to a ValleyFlyin auto basic button, it is definitely coming. Official announcement coming soon, so that looks like it should be tomorrow if what we're seeing is totally accurate. Let's go to Twitter really quick before we go to the rest of the questions from the mailbag. And this is just kind of an announcement because this is ending very, very soon. The chance to get thousands and thousands of power cores for free. There's going to be one lucky winner. This post takes it to this and this entry form here. And again, the times to enter, make sure you enter this because even if you don't win, everybody who enters is going to get 5 red star orbs, and you guys could value that how you want. I don't know how valuable that is for me, but grand prize winner. One person is going to get a crap load of power cores. 20 winners are going to get a lot of power cores, and then 80 winners are going to get a big amount of power cores. I was trying to come up with some cool names, but that didn't work out very well. But some cool characters as well, some red stars as well. And again, the 8th is when you got your last to enter this. So you're gonna need your player ID and your email. Last but not least, let's talk about this. Now, some of you guys may have seen some new first-time rewards. This is something that was discussed in the public section of the Envoy server, and Cerebro's response to this when this was asked, shout out to Tana for posting this. This change out went out ahead of schedule. We'll clarify this in Friday's blog. So this looks like it went ahead. There's some new rewards. For me, someone that had missed out on these first-time rewards, honestly, I don't really care, but let me know how you how you want the devs to deal with this. If everybody gets these, I think that's the proper thing to do, for especially for the people that are starved with gold that have gotten these first time rewards, especially if it was very recent and need more gold in the game. So hopefully we'll get some very player friendly information about this on Friday. And last but not least, this was also described in the Envoy server, and for some of you, you may remember that the ability orbs, they are going obsolete. We have T1, T2, and T3 ability orbs. I think that's the name, but we have 3 versions, but we still have an offer in game right now that's selling the old ability orb, and Cerebro said the old ability orbs will be swapped in version 5.6. That was something that was announced in the Envoy server, the public section. So ability orbs finally going away. I gotta hand it to them though. Instead of making these go away right when they were made obsolete, we're getting a little time. I don't like that they're still selling this, but I like that they're keeping this around for a little while. We can still get rid of these, and then hopefully before maybe about a month or two before they stop selling these, or before they go away, they'll stop selling this and giving these out in offers. But yeah, 5.6 is when we can expect that to go away. But now it is time for all the mailbag questions, guys. There's a lot to go over, a lot of data mines, a lot of questions, a lot of things upcoming for this next update. But without further ado, it is time for the mailbag. Boom, first question. This is a long one. Valley, I hope all is well. I hope all is well with you, brother. Been playing since just after global launch of the game. Feeling a bit stale in places. I've had a couple ideas that would improve the situation. I was hoping for your opinion. Yes, I would agree with you. I think the game has gotten stale, which is why the delay of new content till 2022 was very disappointing. But I hope the wait is well worth it. I hope that's going to bring some new life in the game, and I hope there's still fun that we could have in the game until that new game mode arises. But all right, two of the biggest issues are premium orbs and lack of variety in war. I think everybody has their own issues, and depending where you are in a game, how long you've been playing, if you're a newer mid or end game player, and your spending level, I think everybody has their different issues that they have in a game. I don't know if mines are premium, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that premiums and variety in war is big pain points for them in Marvel Strike Force. The idea that comes to mind is to implement a legacy store with 70 characters currently in the legacy orbs and 35 minions, and the 35 minions, remove them from the premium and mega orbs for one. Just with that, you don't even need to continue, brother. Removing 70 characters and 35 minions from the premium and mega orbs, that is good enough just to get my vote. But let's see what other things this is. I like remove them from the premiums and especially those megas. They could give them away in a new player milestone, or a new player blitz, because those characters are mostly worthless at this point, and remove them from the premium orbs. Yeah, you could even make the argument that for newer players, even mid-game players, a lot of the older characters are kind of irrelevant, and that's from that power leaping that they've done since Silver Surfer. A lot of the characters before Silver Surfer just aren't cutting it in today's landscape of the game. The obvious problem, the premium orb will only contain about 30 characters. For players, I don't think that would be a problem. For Scopely, it may be, but let's see if there's a solution for Scopely that would make this viable for them. Because for players, I think players would love this. After making that change, that could release several new campaigns where each campaign has the required characters for the next one. They could easily drop 30 new characters through this, would be added to the premium ones, would make them relevant again, gradually offer some sort of variety in war. I'm not sure if I fully understand it, but some variety and making things more relevant for players at all levels. I think I do like this. They could just in turn some of the countless skins they've made over the last 3 years and actual characters, or use it as a method to tease something. So skins is very interesting. You know, I like that they've added it. I don't know if it adds a lot of fun. I don't know if you could call that content in the game. If there's content already in the game and ways that we could use our new characters, our new skins, maybe even seeing the skins in game with characters' avatars, I think that would add a lot more to what avatars bring. But yeah, I like this. I like this more. Separating some of these older characters from some of the new characters, just for that alone. I like your suggestion here, brother. All right, how was your day? I'm a fan of you, brother. I have a few questions to ask. I'm planning to use Gamora for DD4's timed run, with her going to be Nebula. All right, so timed run. So for timed run, which means you've already been through your first run, maybe even your second. You're just trying for a score, so you have a little more room for experimentation. Current lineup is already Silver Surfer, Kestrel, and Hela. Oh, that's a very good team. Do you think this team would be good? Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, because you've already been through your main run, you already have Doom, you may have been through a second run, so this may just be for fun. Let's say, what the heck, just go for it, build them up. Building up Gamora and Nebula right now for content outside of DD4 is a very good idea for their value on that Infinity Watch team in Arena. So I don't think it would be hurting you to be experimenting. Obviously, with Dark Dimension 4, a lot of it is just about grinding through it. All the characters, well, most characters can probably get through it if you give it enough time. Some characters are going to get through it faster and more efficiently than other characters, but Silver Surfer, Kestrel, and Hela, those are characters that could probably get through it on their own. And adding Gamora, especially because you're going to have time to go through empowered Gamora with that Nebula and some of her losing some of her charges. I think that team will be good. The city is in city. So yeah, try it out. But for you in this question, it seems like this is more for fun because this is your timed run and not your, I guess, your first run. So try it out. I don't think you're going to lose too much by going for them. So try them. I think they'll be good. Maybe there's more efficient teams, but not as much efficient teams that have the Infinity Watch them. All right, in City Node 12, is it okay if I use Night Nurse instead of Venom with 4 other symbiotes because I find Venom consumes too much biomaterial? Have a good day. So yes, there's that argument with all the biomaterial and all those alien spores that all of the symbiotes need. I use Night Nurse. I used her for my first run. By the time I was done getting all my cosmic characters and getting through there, I actually had 4 characters. So my first run, I actually went in with the 4 symbiotes and Night Nurse and not Venom. Obviously, for my next run, I had enough biomaterial. I had enough alien spores that I was to take Venom up as well. And that team worked better than Night Nurse. But I was planning on using Night Nurse in the skill section of the Doom raids. And that was a big factor in choosing Night Nurse to bring up. So here's my thing. If you're planning to use Night Nurse in Doom in those skill sections, then yes, bring her up. If you're not, I mean, you might be able to get through it with just those 4 symbiotes. Save your resources, especially if you're planning to go the Secret Avengers route. You got options, but for a lot of these nodes, especially in Dark Dimension 4, which was designed closer to Dark Dimension 2, it's not about getting the best characters. A lot of it's about getting the most efficient characters that you're going to use, because at some point you're eventually going to get through all of these nodes. So hope that helps. Hope that helps with your decisions. A lot of it is based on some of your particular goals in the game, but you should be able to get through the cosmic sections and the city sections right now with what you have. It's just about time and efficiency and what you plan to do after Dark Dimension 4. All right, hey Valley, longtime viewer and free to play for a few years out of Virginia. What is up, brother, from TX? Keep up the great content and positivity, brother. I will try. Scopely's not making it as easy, but we'll try, brother. All right, got a question, suggestion about summoners. Why not pitch the old Scopely to allow summon minions to have their passive characters, such as Maria Hill, and Maria Hill's minions spawn with their passives? For example, the summon rifle trooper via Red Skull will AoE on death. Why not update Yondu, Ronin, Nobu, and Fury to the same level, especially with Fury being a legendary? His shield security minions not gaining taunt would make them more difficult to play against while not breaking the meta, since the minions come out with reduced stats. Nobu and Yondu wouldn't see any major buff other than their basic stats and assists. Ronin may gain a couple more ability energy, so why not? Whole fist bump out. All right, so I like this idea. So I got it. So if you're asking why not, I got to think about this from Scopely's perspective, and I guess laziness. I always say laziness, but I think they break so many things in the game that they're focused on fixing the things that are wrong with the game rather than fixing these cool details, which are cool details, and I think that the game does need, so it's not fresh, and these characters don't get power crept so much. But I think, honestly, the reason that they haven't looked back at some of these old characters, one, they want to sell new characters, and if they're going back and revisiting these other characters, there's not really a way that they can monetize all those man hours that they need to go back and fix the code in the game. So that's probably the first one. That's probably the most major one. But obviously looking at and you know, they're focusing on other things that are broken in the game and not going back and looking at these. So I think those are the 2 most important factors. So if I was looking at it from the Scopely perspective, those would be my reasoning. But I want this. I think they should be added like this in the game. Get them balanced. I mean, we're not talking about meta breaking characters here with Fury and Nobu and Ronin, just characters that are okay, that would make them a lot better. And I guess maybe saying that Nobu is okay is a little generous, but Ronin's okay, Fury's okay. They could make them a little better, but wouldn't break the game for them. I like this idea, but I don't know why Scopely doesn't do it, honestly. Would you be in favor of a system where you can eliminate characters from War and Raid Store, but each time you do, the cost of characters increases by 10 to 25 credits each time? So I think down the road, this could be a problem. 10 to 25 credits each time in the beginning, in the infancy of this, wouldn't be that bad. I mean, you're not using a lot of credits, and especially for stores like the Raid Store, the War Store, where personally I have a lot of credits. 10 to 25 extra each time wouldn't be that much. This would allow newer members to catch up, buying characters at a lower price, give older players the option to have less RNG at expense of their resources. I mean, this wouldn't be that bad. I mean, if we're talking those stores that we have like 3 or 4 characters pop up each time as a reset, eliminating that could be big. So, you know, I'm looking at that now, and I'm thinking how many characters pop up. I think I would be in favor of it. If it's only going up by 10 to 25 for each character, technically that's not a lot. And yeah, it does I'm warming up to this. The more I start to think about this, the more you do that, it costs more, but newer players, it wouldn't cost more and give them more catch-up time. Yeah, I think this is a good mechanic. It allows some selection, and it benefits newer players as well because it's cheaper for them. This does a few different things. I like this. I like this suggestion, brother. How are you doing, brother? My alliance has recently made the step with running 4.3 in the gamma raids, running lane 7, struggling with a PIM Wakandan node. Simple question. Who deserves my resources more? PIM tech, Wakandans, or a mixture of the two teams? Let's go smash it. Honestly, there's not a bunch of great characters in there. All right, Pim, you have one awesome character in Ghost. The Wakandans, one awesome character in Shuri. The rest of those characters, I guess you're gonna have to try to whittle together a team. Some other options in the Pim tech. Ant-Man's kit is actually pretty decent. His stats are still lackluster. His speed is pretty slow, but he's got ability blocks. He's got slow. His kit is actually decent. But the other one, Yellow Jacket, really decent kit. If you build that character up, it's gonna have a lot of damage. So Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man are two characters worth looking at. Not as big fan of stature. Wasp is okay, but I like the control that Ant-Man gives and the damage that Yellow Jacket gives instead of what Wasp does. As far as Wakandans, I think the only other character outside of Shuri that's worth building is gonna be Killmonger. After that, unless you got some really crazy red stars and you got no other options, probably wouldn't invest too hard. The lane that I run has some Kree, and there's some decent Kree characters. Captain Marvel's decent, Minerva's decent, Phyla-Vell recently got that Kree tag, is pretty decent. So outside of that, I guess with the minimum of those characters, but for Pimtech, Ghost, for Wakanda and Shuri, and then yeah, the rest just kind of struggle together a team. That's what I've done, brother. There's no real characters that I really want to invest in outside those, and I'm just trying to whittle together a team with the remnants of my characters. All right, next question. What is a solid war room layout? Oh, this is I don't know if there's a cookie cutter answer for this, because people were theory crafting war room layouts or in the infancy of war, when war first when war first came into the game. I'm trying to get too fancy with my words here, but when war first came into the game, there was some layouts, but I think a lot of it is more nowadays is more about making sure that you're doing something different, that your opponent is not suspecting. So obviously the flight deck's on top. After that, I've seen all kinds of layouts work. It's just about making sure that your opponent is not guessing correctly. I think a lot of times what our alliance doing is starting to drill down the center to give us options on either side. So maybe I think the best is saving your armory and either your med bay or your barracks closer to the bottom, and then put some of your other rooms closer to the top. But I've seen rooms with, or layouts with the armory and barracks just very much at the top, and hoping that the alliance that you're facing goes the other way. I think a lot of it is just being random and being unsuspecting. We've had war for so long. I think you got to vary it every single war. All right, next question though. What? Where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. It's not the right one. There it is. Okay. Hey, Valley Green's from London, UK. Do you know if there's any clear history of the legendary events to indicate which characters might come up next? There was last year. They've held to a pretty solid cadence up until probably around December, when they started shifting things. And now they're shifting things. We're not going the correct order. We do have kind of a loose order of some characters keeping track, but you know, every now and then they'll just put things out of context. So I don't know if there is a cadence that they're following anymore, especially now that we have some characters that have that permanent legendary tag. Some characters come around very, it takes a long time between each iteration of their legendary events. So unfortunately, no, there's not really a cadence. And even if there was one, Scopely has shown in 2021, they go outside of that very too often. I know Ma usually follows after Black Bolt. Nick Fury and Iron Man are permanent already. Magneto, Starlight, Invisible are on a new release pattern, so I'm not sure where Jubilee, Doc Ock, Phoenix, the Legendary Sure, and now Adam Warlock fit in. I'm pretty sure that isn't a clear schedule, but a pretty clear list of the past events would be nice reference. All right, so I'm sure someone has done this. I'm not sure how many of the people that are taking notes and keeping detailed records are still playing. A lot of the record keepers that we had, yeah, I think they moved on, but if there is a schedule of like a list of things in the past, let me know. Leave that link in the comments. Maybe post it on the Discord so everybody could have that. Maybe in the infographics section. But yeah, as if someone is taking notes of that, I'm not aware of. But maybe an infographic section on Discord, brother. Hey Valley, just want to compliment you and CM Zemo on that video. Absolutely hilarious. Highlight of the week. Well, I don't know what was hilarious. What Zemo said in that video was 100% true. If you're having trouble in the game, don't just buy it thrice. CM Zemo. We need him on more often to shift the way that we're thinking, because I think the players are thinking about things wrong, and Scopely is right on a lot of these. Oh, we got to go back to the question. I was holding down that button a little too long. All right, here we are. Next question. Hey Valley, I have a two-part. All right, for Blitz, we currently have character release blitzes 6 days and or Blitz releases for 1 day. How would you feel about running 2 simultaneous blitzes every day, one being for a character, the other being for orbs, rotating between premium, red star, gold orbs? This would be good. This would be very player friendly. We've been wanting this for a long time. I think a lot of the players crying for changes in Blitz kind of died down when Blitz Sim came about, but I still would like there to be choices of Blitz, multiple blitzes running, so you could choose what you need more. Do you need gold more? Do you need red star orbs more? Do you need a particular character more that is running? You could choose which one. I like these ideas. Not 100% sure if I like the idea that once you enter one blitz, you're not able to go into other blitzes, but I do think that blitz, that idea does sound interesting enough that it could be tested out a few times to see if it's a good idea. For Arena, would it be a good idea for the payout based on your average over the past 24 hours rather than when the payout happens? This could reduce slingshotting. I mean, real simple to reduce slingshotting. Once you go into battle, you cannot be attacked. That would be a simple way. This was something that OMG was suggesting when we talked about our quality of life changes. There are benefits in this. I mean, there's benefits that you're not scrambling at the end. So some days when you're not able to be a right around and pay out, then this would help you. But there's other days that I know personally this would hurt me, that I am paying attention to the arena payout times, and I'm on there and I'm trying to get on right at the last battle. So I think overall for more people, this could be a win, especially if time is an issue for you or not able to log on right around payout time. But it could be good. It could be. I want some of these things tested, and definitely not getting the cheats that happen where you could lock out your shards so nobody could attack you. If that happens for more than 5 minutes, something fishy is going on. But hopefully that will be fixed, and then they could deal with the slingshot at a separate time, and hopefully bring some fun back to Arena. Hopefully that is something that's mentioned in the second 2021 blog post. I'm sure there's a computer programming issue that makes it more difficult than it would seem, but why can't they change up the tunes you fight in the raids periodically? I don't know. I mean, this is not a question for me. This is for Scopely again, so I'll go back to my question my answer from their question directed at Scopely. Laziness. That's why they don't fix it up. Or maybe there's so many issues in the game they forget to go back and look at some of these simple things that would make the game a little less stale. But I don't know. I think it should be maybe their framework is so fragile that they never want to go back and potentially introduce more bugs into the game. I don't know. It's they should. The nodes need some freshening up. The raids need some freshening up. I mean, when is the last time we've had anything added since the gamma raids? I mean, we've had a few node changes to the gamma raids, but these raids have been pretty stale for over a year now. So yeah, I don't know. Good. That's an excellent question. For example, this is an example. Yeah, I don't know why they don't add this. We definitely need this. Seems like it might be an easy change to freshen things up by swapping out the tunes periodically to have them change stuff. I agree with you. I don't know. I guess laziness. Laziness is still my answer on this one. Hey, Valid, do you think we'll get new costumes for the rest of the OG Avengers? As now we have Black Widow, Cap, Thor, maybe Gray or Red Hulk, Comic, Hawkeye, and any other Iron Man suits. Keep up the great work, brother. I don't know if I want Red Hulk as a costume for a normal Hulk, and Gray Hulk I guess is a different version of Banner, but yeah, just make Hulk the normal size. Make him not the mini Hulk that you have in the game. Make him a normal size Hulk. As he gets angrier, he gets busier, or gets bigger. Comic version of Hawkeye would be cool. Ronin version of Hawkeye would be cool. Iron Man has so many suits. You got so much that you could do with Iron Man. I would like all that stuff, but yeah, just give me Big Hulk, or you could add Gray Hulk, but Red Hulk I want a different character. I hope we get the more costumes. I think it adds a little bit of variety if you're using these teams and not just place them on war defense. But if they added more elements like seeing the avatars as you're scrolling down and making us use more of these characters that we have costumes for, not just throwing them on war defense, not just making them go into stealth, I would like it. A little bit more. Val, I'm struggling with the alien sports for DD4. I know, like, duh. Yeah, Alien Sports, bio characters. Yeah, do you think Mum is a good fourth for City and DD4? I have 7 red stars, although 4 yellow stars, so now wanting to invest in him later. Do you think, what do you think the love of the point, or would love, what do you think? Would love to get your point of view. Keep on smashing. All right, so again, kind of like my answer for the previous DD4 question. You could get through it with 3 symbiotes. You might struggle more than someone with 5 symbiotes, but you'll eventually get through the nodes. So I guess it's going to be more your resources. How much bio gear do you have? How much mutant gear do you have? Which do you need more of? Do you need more of the bios and you have an abundance of mutants? Then yeah, probably go through Mum for the city nodes. Do you have more mutants or more mutants that you want to build up? Maybe you have the dad bros. Maybe you have a bishop. Maybe you have some other mutants that you want to build up, and then going with multiple man would not be the proper choice. So just keep, I don't know what the best thing would be for your roster. Just keep in mind that eventually with the characters, you'll get through it. You know, you may be getting through Dark Dimension with characters quicker. Characters may be more effective, but you'll eventually get through it with the characters that you have. So keep that in mind, and also keep into account how much bio gear will you need for other characters that you want to take up, and how much mutant gear you will need for other characters you want to take up. And that should be also factored into your decision, not just the not just the bio gear. All right, ValleyFlyin, what is going on, brother? What you can wonder if you could talk to Drew the Rumor Guy and have a roundtable video with Drew, CM Zemo, CM Whip. I feel like that would be a treat. That might be crazy, but I'll reach out to Drew. I think Drew is looking for a job, guys. He is not the rumor guy anymore. I guess his little birdies dried up. So yeah, this may be something Drew could do. If you guys have any other suggestions for what Drew could do now that he's unemployed, let me know, because he is looking for an employment. So maybe teaming up with the community managers might be something that he could do. Hey Valley, watching your videos since I started playing this game. Great content. Thanks for everything you do for the community. I got an idea. Hey, thank you for watching, brother. I got a new game mode, which hopefully we'll give to them. Story mode, where we can have a story based on comics for every single team we've got in MSF, for example. We've got to have 2 story mode per week for different teams and so on. They can add a milestone. We have this costume credits for the team we're using. Keep on smashing. Yeah, so this is similar to what Remedex suggested in the news video, and what was kind of reiterated in the quality of life or the top suggestions for the roadmap. But I like this thematically. We have a lot of disjointed content in the game. Kree used to unlock Nick Fury, Spider-Verse used to unlock Shuri, and so on and so on. It would be cool if we could have, like was mentioned last week, X-Men taking them to go battle Sentinels, S.H.I.E.L.D. going in and battling Hydra, other characters that thematically, Asgardians going in and battling Frost Giants, Inhumans battling evil Inhumans, things like that, Kree battling Skrulls. Thematic kind of battles would be super cool. I would like that. And I love this idea. So yeah, content. And I don't know if that's too different from other content that we have. I mean, that could be similar to some of the campaigns. That could be similar to some of the challenges that we already have in the game. But making it team-based and villain-based based on the team that you're building up, I think that could be adding some good variety to the game, some good freshness to the game. I like this idea. Hopefully that's not something that we have to wait till 2022 to get in the game, though. Hopefully that's similar to enough content that they could do this real simple and not have to wait till next year to get some new content in the game. All right, what is up, Green Machine? You're looking like Nick Fury these days with the sutures in your brow. Yeah. So yeah, stuff happens. But back on the mats, brother. Back to training. So hopefully we could win some more jiu-jitsu matches this year. But the race is on so many rumors, so many teams behind schedule, some old as the game itself. What an abomination. Tension. You could cut with a blade. Gah. What does it all mean? I don't think they know. The only guaranteed is that you buy now. Hopefully we'll get some great news on Monday, but I'm already disappointed. Sounds like it will ruin your basic ideas. Salty Dave is back, and man, I think Salty Dave knows some things that he's trying to give us that maybe we don't know. So I don't know, Dave, maybe you are the hookup that Drew needs to get his job back for his rumors, because he's been very slacking on the job. But I like this. I like Salty Dave. There may be more to this question than appears on its surface. Let me know what you guys picked up on this question, guys. And let's see, Blitz needs to change to milestones for their additional rewards. I just scored 40 million, got 2 to 3%, finished 3,952. Anyone joins the game can't get any new tunes without purchasing them. It's an absolute joke to max out the Blitz rotations to get to not get 1%. People are clearly leaving the game, as under 4,000 was always 1%. Yeah, it was. People are leaving the game. There hasn't been content for a while. Hopefully that changes. Hopefully we got some good news about some things coming up in 2022 for new content. Hopefully there's some surprises of some things that they're adding in 2021 for new content, but we definitely need some new content. Bringing players back, bringing players into the game, because these Blitz rotations, they are based on the percent. So the more players that leave, the higher you're gonna have to score for these Blitzes. The more people that come into the game, the less you're gonna have to score for Blitzes. So yeah, this needs some change ups. I don't know if changing milestones for the additional rewards, or changing to certain set points of scores or certain tiers for your scores. I don't know if that's the solution, but again, like a lot of the suggestions, I think a lot of these are worth at least experimenting with, introducing them in even a temporary way, letting the community know that you're introducing this in a temporary way and looking for feedback. I would like to see some of these things experimented with, not just have the same old stale content that we've been having in this game for 2 years now. I like some of these things. And last but not least, my alliance is starting to fall apart. Looking for 7 members, crumbling pretty fast. As an alliance leader, I've done all I can do to hold it together, and recruitment efforts remain constant while lowering requirements. My question: what can I do to keep my alliance from sinking completely? This is a different answer than I had a few weeks ago, but I think what you may have to do, based on a lot of these questions, based on some of what has happened in my previous alliances, you may have to combine. You may have to combine alliances. I mean, if you're looking for 7 members, there may be some alliances that are looking for 7 members. You may be combining with those and maybe making 3 strong alliances to 2 strong alliances, or 4 strong alliances into 3 strong alliances, something. Combining that, because as players start to leave this game, as players start to get burnt out or bored with Strike Force, there's still raids to do. There's still stuff to do on a daily basis for players that are still interested in the game. And getting new recruits in is going to be a difficult thing. So I think that's my suggestion. Previously, it was just looking for all the avenues, but I don't know if there's enough influx of new talent to do that now. So my thing was to look for other alliances in a same situation or similar situations, maybe an alliance cluster, and combine with them. You know, just try to get as much fun as you can in the game until we get the new content. I think that's what a lot of community is hoping for, is holding out for the new content. Hopefully that's done in a good way. Hopefully there's enough variety that's introduced until then. But that's about it for now, guys. Thank you for all of your questions. Hopefully we can last until we get the new content in the game. But thank you for submitting questions. Thank you for everybody that submitted a question on Discord, whether it was answered or not. Some of the things I just didn't have answers for, so didn't make it in this week. But if you did submit your question, thank you. If you want to submit a question, make sure you join the Discord. The link is down below. Check out some of the links that support the channel. Amazon coins, guys. It can save you up to 20% off your in-game purchases. LD Player and BlueStacks. Those are my 2 emulators of choice. BlueStacks for Marvel Strike Force, LD Player for Marvel Future Revolution. And there's a bunch of other things down there. Check out some of my other videos there. Give me that Hulk fist bump before you go. Have a great rest of your week. Give me what your predictions are for tomorrow's blog post, and give me that Hulk fist bump before you go, guys. Have a great rest of your day. ValleyFlyin out.